Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Freedoms and liberties have this thing called responsibility. So, if you are given some freedoms, you have to make sure that you're responsible. You can't just be a sloppy person and make all kind of mistakes, and then the consequences will be negative. So, obviously, only an idiot could be against other people's, owning pets, having pets. For some people, pets are part of the family. For some people, pets are a nuisance. For some people, they don't care. Now we have a little thing here. And the little thing is a French town will use DNA to trace dog feces. That is, in the United States at least, you have a little plastic bag with you, and when you you walk the dog, and if the dog poops, you have that little plastic, or they provide sometimes on the side of in parks usually, and you can have them, and you pick up your dog's poop and you throw it in the garbage. Dog's poop is very, very toxic. It has some very strange chemicals in it, as far as I read. But anyway, you can have dogs, but be considerate to other people who might go in a park and, play soccer, or maybe, lay down in the grass, or maybe go for a walk, or maybe ride a bike, and they are going to step on this poop. So, if you own a dog, be responsible. Now, there are most of the people that I see with dogs. I see them picking up the poop, and that's fantastic. Some of them don't. Now, if we were to use this logic that I'm going to use, they use it in the issue of guns, then we should ban dogs. For those people who don't pick up the dog's poop, we sanction everybody else. So this is like the idiot criminals who commit crimes with handguns. We ban all guns. That's how the story goes. I know it's not the same. It's just an example and just an analogy, which is not the same by definition. Otherwise, I will use the same, as an example of the same thing. So here you have. I am not promoting that. I'm just saying how some idiots could use this, how stupid the logic is. For 5 or 6 perpetrators, you destroy everybody else's freedoms and liberty to have dogs. Or from a few idiots that are criminals, you infringe everybody else's freedom and liberty to own and bear arms, right? So let's read this little article. Again, I'm not against pets. That would be idiotic. But be responsible. The dog doesn't know. You know. You're in charge of the dog. So, 18th of July. This is an old one. I sat on it. French town to use DNA to trace dog feces. Authorities plan to use a genetic database to find dog owners who failed to pick up after their pets. Well, I don't like when I go swimming and I see dogs running around and they poop in the sand. I don't like that. Do you like that? Well, if you like that, I will go and poop in front of your little house, or in front of you, wherever you have your little towel in the sand. Would you like that? If I do that, I get fined and probably arrested for indecent exposure and all that. But hey, you are in charge of your dog. Do that. Do that for you. Do it for your dog. Do it for us. And do it for God. All right. So, dog owners in the southern French town of Béziers, I don't know if Béziers, could soon be required to obtain a genetic passport for their animals as local authorities try to reduce dog feces on the streets, according to a proposal put out by local mayor Robert Menard over the weekend. Speaking to local radio station France Bleu, the mayor pointed out that the residents of Béziers had grown frustrated with pet owners who failed to pick up after their dogs, and claimed that the street cleaning services had been picking up as many as 1,000 feces a month just in the center of the town. Be responsible, my friends. And I'm quoting, "That's not right," said Menards, noting that putting more police efforts on the street has only had a limited effect. And I'm quoting, "When there's a police officer, people clean up. It's when there's no one around that they don't crouch down and do their civic duty," end quote, he said. Menard has been seeking to introduce dog DNA testing since 2016, but has faced resistance from the local administrative court, which argued such a tactic was an attack on personal freedom. No, freedom comes with responsibilities. Now, and why should, for instance, other people be hurt by your freedoms? I mean, that's not, you know what I mean? Now, however, he has been given the green light to introduce the measure as part of a 2-year experiment. And I'm quoting, "We have to punish to make people behave better," unfortunately, Menard said, noting that the experiment would run until July 2025. Under the new rules, dog owners will be required to go to their local veterinary office to provide a sample of their pet's saliva. The sample will then be genetically tested and put into a database, after which a genetic passport would be issued for the animal. Can you imagine how many resources will be used for these people who just don't pick their shit, the dog's shit? Obtaining the passport is mandatory, and those who are stopped without one will face a fine of 38 euros. Okay, how many times can you have it? Every time you get caught? Then, okay, that's good. It's a lot. Once the database is formed, street cleaners will be able to collect dog excrement found on the pavement and send them for testing to match it to a specific owner, who will be presented with a street cleaning fee of up to 120 euros, according to Menards. The mayor noted that the street cleaning fine would not be enforced for another 3 months, promising a soft launch at the new measures. What? The street cleaning fine would not be enforced for another 3 months. So that means if you get caught one time, 3 months, you can have your dog poop 3 times a day. So 900 times, let's say, I know, that's 3 months anyways, 9 days, right? So that would be 90 multiplied by 3, 280, or whatever it is. 2,000 actually, and 1,800 poops. It depends how many times the dog is pooping. But anyway, it's just pick your poop up. The dog's poop, I'm sorry. That's all. I don't think this should be implemented. I think the guys will make a lot of money out of this, actually. They will be able to finance all the expenses based on, if they claim that there's 1,000 poops a month, 1,000, you multiply that, well, let's say $100, at least $100, right? And you get to a big amount of money. But still, that should not be necessary. That should be something that is like, I don't know, you cover your mouth when you sneeze, or, you wash your hands after you use the restroom, or, you turn off the light when you leave the house, or, you drive on the right side of the street when you drive a car in certain countries, and so on. Or you say hello to acquaintances and friends. Things, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But, next time your acquaintance will not say hello to you. The next time the police will see you, will fine you for driving on the wrong side of this. When you leave your lights on in your house, the electricity bill will increase. There are consequences. And this one was the consequence. I don't think, anyway, it's basic, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Shouldn't be hard. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.